is a fantastic group of seniors. So this is your senior class 2019. It will tell you where they plan to attend school and what they are planning to major in as well this next year, and then it lists many, many accolades. And I forgot. I actually forgot to add up all of their scholarship money, but I'm going to guesstimate that this class was offered somewhere in the ballpark around $2 million in scholarships for this next year. So you should be incredibly proud of them. So we're going to start with Mr. Liam Tucker. And the fun thing about Liam is, and this is totally off my script by the way, so you're going to have to bear with me. The fun thing about Liam is that his mother's name is Kim. It's a good name, right? His mother's name is Kim Tucker, and Tucker was my maiden name. So the first time I met her, I was like, I like you already. So this is Mr. Liam Tucker, and he says that his favorite memory of orchestra is camping on top of the orchestra lockers towards the end of junior year. I can neither confirm nor deny that happened. I can't legally say that, as Paula would say. But I would tell you, if I could tell you a few things about Liam, I wrote down that Liam is the most sensitive and caring young man that I've ever met. He is so funny, and he doesn't even know it. He does stuff all the time that we both just crack up at. Isn't that true? And he's like, oh, I didn't even think about what I just said. And I thought, oh, he's so much like me. So we have had more laughs together than I can count, and he apologizes for so many things. He doesn't even know why he apologizes. He'll say, I'm sorry, Miss Banz, I don't know why I said that. I'm sorry I said that. You know, over and over and over again. But Liam is an incredible young man, and I'm so very proud of you. Very talented pianist and violinist, so congratulations. Love you very much. Mr. Dennis Hurst. This is Dennis, and Dennis tells us that his favorite memory was making the 4-row-long blanket fort in the bus on the way back from LA. The, quote, tiki hut, as it was called, became an impenetrable wall until we returned home. This was on bus number 2. So Matthew Weaver, that's right. This is all on you, buddy. Okay. So they had a great time on the trip to LA, and one of the things that I wrote about Dennis is that he is a truly unique individual. There's so many things that I love about Dennis. He always has a funny story to tell me, or some interesting random fact, you know, that I don't need to know in my life, but he's going to tell me anyway. And he'll come running in, but one thing that really stands out about Dennis is that he is a team player and an extremely hard worker. He became an Eagle Scout this year, right? Not quite, but close. I think I put it in print, so we're just gonna say it. Okay, so Dennis, congratulations. I'm super proud of you and love you very much. Next up, we have Miss Riley Sutton. I couldn't find her. Riley says that her greatest memory in orchestra is the last night of Kiss Me Kate during Brush Up Your Shakespeare. Mrs. Banz pointed a Nerf gun at the actors. They ran away and we all died laughing. It's kind of one of those things you had to be there, but they came out and they pointed a gun at me every night and I got tired of it. So on the last night, I pulled my own out. And they didn't know it was coming. It was hilarious. Riley, a couple of things that I would say about you is that you're incredibly caring, super intellectual, and a whole lot of fun. We always have the most interesting conversations. And she is a hard-working young lady, and she's compassionate about current events and social justice events. She's just incredibly smart, and I am so lucky to have known you. So congratulations, Riley. Love you so much. This is Mr. Ethan Noble. I put these in alphabetical order so I wouldn't have to flip pages, but kids, they do what they want. Ethan Noble says that his greatest memory in orchestra was on the road again at 3 a.m. in the morning in a gas station on the way to Los Angeles, and meeting a hippie in Los Angeles. Los Angeles last year gave your kids a great education, and I'm just going to leave it at that. So, Ethan has the greatest hair of all time, wouldn't you say? It's always perfectly coiffed. I mean, every day it's just this, like, gorgeous hair, and I'm kind of jealous because you should see mine when I get up in the morning. But he's a very hard worker, super competitive, and one of the things I would say about Ethan is last night he was able to lead the Strings 1 class in a piece of music that he taught them, and then he was able to conduct them as a pedagogy student. And I'm incredibly proud of you because I think that when you begin to teach, you actually become the learner yourself. And so he's learned so much this year, and I'm incredibly proud of him and the relationship that he had with those kids, and it's something I will never forget. So congratulations, Ethan. Love you. Nathaniel Parker. This year I started calling him Nate the Great. I don't know why, but I did. So he says his favorite memory is All-State 2019. I'd like to preface this again with saying that I can neither confirm nor deny these things. Ben, Clem, and I were in a room, and Andrew and Joe were in the room next door. There was a door connecting our rooms. Do you see where this is going? I remember one night when Andrew and Joe were out exploring the hotel, and Ben and Clem wanted to, quote, renovate Andrew and Joe's room. I was so tired from rehearsal that I didn't really care, but suddenly I got a message from Clem. It was a picture of their room without any beds on the floor. I thought, what the heck? And walked in the room to see the mattresses literally on the walls, and everything else was upside down. That was a fun night. So there's so many things that I could say about Nathaniel Parker, but the first time I heard Nathaniel play, my mouth literally dropped open, and I thought, they want me to teach this kid? Because you've seen tonight how talented he is, but I could not believe really who was sitting before me. It's not many times that you get a student that is so incredible, you know, and it's a good thing that you could play because you wouldn't speak to me. So I would just say, do this, and he did it, and so that was good. But when he said earlier, I mean, he wouldn't even look at me in the face, when he said earlier that he has learned leadership skills, that's not a lie. He has learned a lot of leadership skills in the last 2 years, something that I'm super proud of you about. But I've had the privilege of listening to him for hours at a time this last year, as his schedule allowed him to have a little bit of practice time. Sometimes it would be in my room, and sometimes it would be in the room next door, and I am going to miss that more than you know. It was such a privilege to be able to listen to. I know you don't always think it's a privilege, but it was. I'm not sure how I'm going to make it without Nathaniel next year, but we will, and we're going to move on, and we can't wait to watch all of the things that you do. And I would tell you, he has an incredible future ahead of him, so you want to get his autograph tonight because he's going to be famous. Nathaniel Parker, so proud. Love you. Was playing in the pit for Kiss Me Kate. We all hated it at the time, but looking back, it was a great experience that produced a lot of jokes. And she's right. I actually even sang them a song, which I won't sing you right now. But Lily is one of the most thoughtful and sensitive people that I've ever met. She's a great friend to others. She's an incredible friend. You should see how well she treats other people. She makes amazing desserts, which if you know anything about me at all, you know I love dessert. So I appreciate that about Lily. So next year, she's going to have a hard commute, but she's going to bring me desserts from Hawaii, because she's going to school in Hawaii. So, yeah, in a couple years, guess where the orchestra's going? And she also, one day I said, I don't have anything to put my baton in. And she, like, a couple days later, came in and had whipped out this cool little drawstring bag that was made of music note material that she had sewn at home. And so that's just an example of how incredibly thoughtful she is. So Lily Morrison, super proud of you. Gonna miss you. Benjamin Roosevelt. Benjamin has a similar favorite memory, and his memory is renovating Joe and Andrew's room at Allstate. With my brilliant co-designer, Clement Braden, back there in the back. I also appreciated the first time I ever met Mrs. Banz, in which her first words to me were, "You're a Roosevelt," which is true. Those were my first words to him. A little known fact, Benjamin's grandfather was my theory professor and also music history. It may have actually just been music history, but anyway, fabulous man, and so it's pretty incredible for me to be able to stand here today with Benjamin, and so that's one of the things. That's not what I wrote, though. That was just off the cuff. And I say, oh, Ben. Ben is uniquely Ben. I think he's his own adjective. He is a composer and has written multiple works, which you got to experience some tonight. And I'll never forget, just last week at his senior recital, in which the 12 o'clock alarm began to sound. You know, the, you know, for the tornadoes, right? That wasn't a very good example. And he immediately just started incorporating and playing around the siren. Like I still can't fathom what happened. Like it just sounded like it was supposed to be part, like he had planned it that way. And that's the kind of extreme talent that I'm talking about. He is going to, I can't wait to see what all you do in college. And is it Dr. Knight? Is he still here? You're a lucky man, because this guy is amazing. And so I'm so very proud of you. Congratulations, Levy. Mr. Elliot Jurgensen. Elliot says that his greatest memory in orchestra was meeting Clem. Clem had 2 shout-outs tonight. He got ones on all of his solos and ensembles, not just at whole orchestra contests. That's truly what he wrote. So, congrats, Clem. Great memory. Okay, that's not what you wrote? Would you like to tell your favorite memory? Okay, well, that's what I got. Where are you? What can I say about this guy? Question mark is what I wrote. He never, this is the quietest he's been all year, he never stops talking, ever. He never stops talking. He always has a joke or a side comment for me to make about absolutely everything. And I do mean everything. And he never takes himself too seriously. And he's not afraid to take risks. And I've had so much fun with Elliot this year. He was not in orchestra last year. And we know each other through a family member, sort of. And so I was super excited to get, he didn't know that apparently. I was super excited to get Elliot in class this year. He's extremely talented, and I'm gonna miss you bunches. I don't know what I'm gonna do without your, you know, constant talking. So, something productive, he said. Congratulations, love you. Pushing me off the bed screaming on the LA trip. Is that right? Did I get it right?
More or less.
I've heard it told several ways, and we're just going to leave it like it is, okay? Trust me. Connor is such a cool guy. I mean, look at him, like his hair and everything. He's just cool. He has his own style and shows a whole lot of creativity, and he's just a joy to be around. I have really enjoyed, he played his solo in the prelude at, what's that called? Ensemble night. And, but he played it in class a couple times for my younger kids, and they just were so drawn to him. And so I just appreciate so much about you, Connor, and I'm going to miss you, and I'm so proud of you. Congratulations. Mr. Cole Jameson. I sometimes like to call him Wolverine. But his favorite memory in orchestra, he says, is when Connor pushed me into the bookshelf and it fell on my head. It's just funny to look back on, he said. That bookshelf has since been bolted to the wall, I might add. We don't want that happening to anyone else. But I wrote about Cole, I said, Cole is what I would call a gentle giant. He is a leader with his quiet, strong demeanor. He's extremely helpful, and when he has something to say, you want to listen to him. It's always important. And Cole, I know, is that weird to you? Yeah, he says it's weird, but he's really quiet in class, so maybe he's not in the hallway, but in my room he is. And I just appreciate Cole. He's just that steady presence, and I'm just so proud of you, and I can't wait to see what your future holds. Congratulations. This is Mr. Cole Matheny. In orchestra is J-Po's reaction to Dublin's airplane food after J-Po told the class a story about his airplane ride. I don't know what that means, but that's his favorite memory.
You have to be there to understand it.
You had to be there to understand it, as most of these stories. I just read that Cole is a huge help to me. He never even flinches when I ask him to do something. He's just like, oh, you need me to carry that box? It's 85 pounds? Great, I got it. He said to me the other day, I'm stronger than I look. And So he does things for me all the time. I lost my place here. He always finds a solution to any problem that I might have, whether it's fixing an instrument or carrying something or simply helping a student out. And if you know Cole, you love Cole because he's just an amazing individual. So congratulations. I'm still debating whether I'm really going to let all these kids graduate or not, but congratulations. Love you. All right, Miss Paula Carter. Let's go this way so the people can see you. Paula wrote the longest memory, which wouldn't shock you if you know her very well. She says, my favorite memory. Where do I begin? Should I say the time from when I really hated Miss Banz? Or the time I really, really hated Sophia? Or the time when I acted as Miss Frizzle while taking Amari and Jordan to practice every Monday? Or when I dated Miles Clark and Elliot Jurgensen in middle school for 5 minutes? That was news to me, by the way. I could have had a lot of fun with that one. There's still like 2 weeks left, so that's going to be good. Or what about the time I looked up Mrs. Banz's nose for a booger check? I don't remember that. Did I ask you to do that? Oh. Okay. What about the time I used to tell Dennis and Liam to shut up every day? Or what about the time Ben and I sang our parts in orchestra when we didn't want to play? Most importantly, the time when Mrs. Banz was the last person I wanted to see, to my favorite person to see every day. When Mrs. Banz was my tea gal, if you don't know what that means, ask your kids. A person that made me fat with all the food that we ordered. Which is true. I discovered Postmates, and so every now and then I just ask the kids, if you have money, I'll order you food, but I didn't say that. That didn't really happen. Okay. All of this is true about Paula. She really did hate me, like really did not like me at first. But as we have grown together in our relationship, we've developed something beautiful. And Paula is an incredible leader. She's extremely sensitive to others, and she's always striving to make things better. She strives for excellence in all she does. And Paula has become one of my daily, I call them my daily dose. And they come in, And they greet me every morning, and then again after first hour, and then at lunch, and then a little later. So anyway, she's become one of my dailies, and I'm really going to miss her. You guys are going to want to watch because she's going to do great things. Congratulations. Love you. Okay, now we have some gifts for our seniors so that you'll never forget me. Every time you use this, think of a big, giant, warm hug, okay, from Mrs. Banz. Congratulations. Oh dear.
So, if you don't know, Miss Banz is like really loud and like she does a lot of stuff all the time, and sometimes, you know, she comes in dull and you're like, oh, what's wrong with you? She's like, oh, nothing. So this is from us so that you will always shine bright like a diamond.